Oh, it's been 7 months, you said, right?
Yeah.
Yep, after what seemed like forever. Oh, 1 second. Oh, sneeze coming in. I forgot what we were doing last time, because it's been 7 months.
We're playing as Sharpshot. He's an Insecticon, and we're going to look for the Dark Spark because the Autobots had it after escaping on a train that we are now standing in the rubble of because we blew it up.
I do remember this, actually.
And just a short recap, even though it's actually to the people watching, it's only going to be a day since the first episode, but for us, it's been 7 months.
Yeah.
We first played as Drift in the live-action universe. We found out that Lockdown has the Dark Spark, and he's causing a ruckus with it. We don't know where he found it or where it even came from. Its origins are non-existent.
Yeah, this recap is entirely for me. Jacob remembers every single plot point in this, and
of course I do.
And you guys are seeing this a day after the previous episode, so this recap is entirely for me.
Yeah, I do remember it entirely by memory. They got to the Dark Spark first, and then the Decepticons tried to stop them. They failed, obviously, because they're the bad guys, and they always lose unless we're playing as them. And then...
Unless the plot calls for it.
Exactly. And then we called the train. We missed the first train because we're stupid, and then we called another train, and then it got blew up, and now we're here. Yes. Okay. Now we're about to beat up Ironhide.
Oh, 0.
So now this is all new to you.
Yep.
Find the Dark Spark. Now, it's been a long time since I've played this. But I mean, then again, I have like 1,000,000 hours played, so I should be fine. Hi.
Ow!
And also, this game is extremely easy, even on hard mode.
Yeah.
And I can go literally invisible.
Oh, it feels good to be back.
Finally playing a game that isn't just walking around talking to characters.
Yep.
Real video game.
Real video game. Shooty shooty. Ironhide's right there. He's like walking away. He's like, don't hurt me, don't hurt me, don't hurt me.
Corrosive slime cannon. Just like how he died in Dark of the Moon.
Oh.
You remember? When Sentinel Prime killed him?
Oh, yeah. Didn't
by melting him with rust, which is exactly what I'm doing.
Oh no.
And that's the end of the fight. Good. Very difficult.
Oh.
Excuse me.
Oh.
Lord Megatron, we have
God, his voice is so cool.
About time. God, it took you guys forever. Like 7 months. Gee, what were you guys even doing?
Your mother.
I'm gonna end the call now. And I'm going to remove you from my contacts. Never call me again, actually.
Okay, I'll call your mother instead.
No! Get away from her!
Get away from me!
I hate this part. Why does it make you walk so slow across this entire hallway?
Okay, I'll stay away from her, son.
What?
I wish I could do that voice. It's so cool. I mean, I don't really want to call it the Sub-Zero voice, because obviously Shockwave also has the voice.
Yeah.
What's his name? I keep forgetting his name.
I don't remember. So difficult. I'm on hard mode.
Oh my god, so hard.
Does not feel like it's been this long since we've played this.
Are Insecticons completely original to Cybertron, or was it always also a weird situation where Shockwave was like, wow, these are some cool animals, let me add them to these robots that...
Insecticons are indigenous to Cybertron.
Alright, the bug thing was entirely evolutionary and had nothing to do with Earth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-oh. I've ran out of ammo on my actually good vehicle weapon.
Give me more.
Here we go.
Ah.
Better. I hope I'm actually playing on hard mode. I should be. I don't know why it wouldn't be. I really don't remember.
I'll kill all of you.
As you just stand there and let me kill you.
I am blocked again. Clear the path while I defend the dark spark.
Was that still Shockwave?
Yeah.
He seemed angrier, so he didn't have the weird to his voice.
Yeah. That's a
He's like,
interesting.
Let me defend the dark spark.
That's an interesting thing about the voice actor's performance in this game. It's very different from his performance in Fall of Cybertron. Like, he seems to lose his cool a lot more in this game than he does in Fall of Cybertron. In Fall of Cybertron, he's actually, like, cool. Because he never, like, shifts his tone of voice. He's always, like, that calm, collected, know-it-all.
He still kind of has that because he like literally just kicked Ironhide and like injured him, and he just goes, "Excuse me."
Yeah.
I guess it's more of a dire situation because like Autobots are everywhere shooting at him, and he's like, "Hurry, do it, just do it."
I mean, even in the part in Fall of Cybertron where he's literally face to face with Grimlock, he's still like, whatever.
Like, haha,
I created you.
wow,
bitch.
big dinosaur.
Whilst on top of a blowing up tower.
It's fine. The Shockwave's sitting in like the flaming house. He's like, "This is fine."
Need some ammo. Shockwave, do you have ammo? Do you have ammo?
Get away from me. Well, I'm going this way now. And that Ratchet? Who's that?
No. He's just a big soldier.
Yeah, the weird like white and silver and red.
There is no escape, Decepticon. Surrender the dark spark or be destroyed.
Or be destroyed.
I propose a tertiary alternative.
I run away, and you can't get me because of fat. Ow, my face.
Looks like the fall didn't scrap you. Where are we? Unknown, but resistance.
I probably wouldn't have jumped if I knew it would have killed me, you stupid bug.
I've always wondered why all Cybertronians here, in this universe, have very broad shoulders.
They're big and manly.
Yeah. There's actually people that say that they don't like how buff all the characters look in these games, and it might just be because I'm extremely nostalgic to these designs, but I think that they're like some of the best like representations of these, of like their original designs.
Yeah, I like them too. Like, I think they're meant to look big and intimidating because I mean they're giant robots.
They're very powerful, like giant robots.
This structure is fascinating. Sharpshot, find a way to turn on the power so that we may proceed. This architecture must predate.
Yeah, you're playing a Shockwave now.
No, I'm not.
Oh, you're not? Oh,
I'm still playing a sharp shot.
oh, okay, I see. I don't know why I thought playing a Shockwave.
Yeah, they look very different. The similarities they have is that they're purple.
Dark and purple. That's the Decepticons.
Yeah.
I guess.
Except for Megatron, he's like gray and red.
So
and
great.
And Starscream. And Soundwave is more of a blue, I think. Yeah.
Not yet. That just opened this door.
Same color as the Chug Jug.
Conduit to bring more systems online.
One victory, oh yeah.
Power up!
What the
Argue with the
disciples of the 13
Literally Zeta Prime, but I guess not Zeta Prime.
the very spot
They just reused his model and didn't bother even changing the color of it to make him look different.
Well, he's glowing red, you Autobot.
universe. The patterners and disciples argue, but the guardians action. We have seen the Darkspark's power. We know it must remain forever hidden.
What the f- What the hell? No way! What in the Sam hell? What in the fresh? What the frack? What the frack? What the frack are those?
They are my children.
Feed my children.
Feed my children, feed my children. No, no. Yeah.
You've gotta be. You know what? I'm going this way.
I think I dropped something.
Oh. Forgot I can't transform when I'm holding this.
You can tell I'm a bug because I'm a high-pitched gargly goblin man.
Wow.
Beans, what the?
I do have to say that this chapter where you're playing a sharp shot is kind of boring because, like, it's just a lot of these moments where you're not doing anything.
I call that something. I think I dropped something.
I also I hate the live action stuff in this game. They have no contribution to the Cybertron stuff at all, even though the game, like on the cover, the case, it lies, saying like, oh, when two worlds collide, like hinting that the two universes of live action and Cybertron actually like have a correlation, but they do not. They're literally just two separate stories, and and the live action stuff is so short in this game. All the chapters that are live action are not only super short, but there's also not that many of them. They're literally all in this game just to promote Age of Extinction. The fourth live action movie that came out at the time of this game. And they kind of just... They put more focus into the Cybertron stuff for some reason, which I guess is fine because I like the Cybertron stuff more.
Yeah.
It's just strange, this game.
Yeah, I personally like the whole Cybertron story more because the designs are like actually the real video game designs rather than the Michael Bay live action designs. Because out of all compared to, like, the designs aren't bad, but
There's just not enough distinction in, like, especially the Decepticon designs. They have a lot of them are either just clones of each other, or they just blend in.
yeah, another thing that I don't like about another thing I don't really like as much about live action designs is that the robots look sometimes they look less like robots and more like monsters. Like Megatron, he's like
I mean, I guess
all
that's...
metally and spiky, and he has huge. I guess they're meant to look scary
I
and
think,
menacing.
I think that it's because they were supposed to look like aliens, and I guess they did succeed.
But it doesn't match it because like they're meant to be more robotic. They're meant to be big.
Like, literally, Megatron from the first movie looks like a Halo alien.
Yeah.
He's like the most alien-looking Megatron.
Yeah, he had big old sharp teeth and freaky looking.
And, like...
He seems more goblin-like than menacing.
Yeah.
He kind of lost his his charm in a way.
I do have to say that his design got a lot better in the later movies.
Yeah.
Like, his second movie design is really good. His third movie design is really good. Megatron didn't exist in the fourth movie. It was Galvatron, which looked more like the first movie design, actually. It was like a weird mix.
Yeah.
of something unique and movie 1 Megatron, which is cool. But from what I heard, not a lot of people liked that Galvatron, which is why he didn't come back. And then his design, Megatron's design from The Last Night was really good. I liked how he sort of matched the Knight design that Optimus was going for in the newer movies.
Yeah.
Even though I do miss the original Optimus design from the first 3 movies, his truck look, rather than a Skyrim character.
I think instead of going the whole Galvatron route, they should have not gone with the whole Nemesis Prime thing in the last movie.
Yeah, that was so stupid.
Because that Nemesis Prime thing was,
Dumb.
yeah, it was so dumb.
Not even Nemesis Prime.
It's just Optimus Prime, but oh no, he's back and evil now. I don't know.
It's literally just Optimus Prime, but he's mind controlled.
And he has like a red streak across his face, and that's
And
really the main
Purple eyes.
design.
And that's it.
I think
That's
what
it.
I think what they should have done, they shouldn't have gone the Galvatron route, and they shouldn't have gone the Nemesis Prime route that way, since they were trying to design. Because the plot was that Galvatron was being created to be more of an Optimus Prime clone. I think what should have happened was that Megatron kind of like. Megatron is kind of like taking control, but instead of like Megatron being like, oh, I'll make it my body instead, like it kind of does. It still has the shape of Optimus Prime, but it's not obviously Optimus Prime in there. I think that should have like been the Nemesis Prime arc, where he looks like Optimus Prime, but he's very obviously like evil. I think that would have been better.
It seems like most shows and movies have just not been able... They've just not known what to do with Nemesis Prime in recent years.
Yeah.
Because Transformers Prime, Nemesis Prime sucked as well. He literally didn't... He wasn't even a character.
Not as much. I don't think it definitely didn't suck as much as movie one though. They definitely could have. They could have.
No, I would say that the Nemesis Prime and Prime was very stupid.
Both
It was
of,
literally a
both-
remote-controlled car for that for that one mech dude.
Both are definitely stupid, but the most stupid part was letting Miko name it. Like they're just like
Nemesis Prime.
and then they're like, oh, let's go with that. Oh yeah, you're my favorite character.
Marketing. And then he ended up just being a
Rusty big,
literal pile of junk created by some random military dude.
rusty piece of garbage. And that military dude, I guess, got shoved inside of what's his name?
Breakdown.
Zombie guy.
Yeah.
Both are stupid, but the fact that Optimus Prime and
Yeah, because Nemesis Prime in the movie is literally just Optimus Prime,
Yeah.
but he's mind controlled.
at least in Prime, it was a completely different robot. Though both are definitely quite stupid.
He never even calls himself Nemesis Prime in the movie, ever. The name Nemesis Prime I don't think is ever said in the movie. They just call him that for promotion and toys.
Yeah, and another thing I think they should have done and with Nemesis Prime, instead of making him a big pile of rust, is when Optimus Prime was temporarily part of the Decepticons when his memory was kind of gone. Wait, okay, I'll wait.
It never
It's Vortex.
I'm Vortex. I'm Vortex.
I found Shockwave. Ah,
Yes, that's me. Parts.
Windle and Onslaught.
Shockwave. Megatron had us searching for you. Who? What is that?
I'm with you. I'm a Decepticon now.
He
Now where are your children?
has his uses.
Where are your babies? Probably my eggs in them.
You will escort Shockwave. The flanks. Why me?
I
Because I
And then I'll lay my eggs in your mouth.
I may have miscalculated his uses. I think we need to execute
Yeah,
now.
we need to kill this guy right now.
There's billions of
Wow. 20 minutes and that chapter's done already.
Nice.
I told you this game is short as
Why didn't we finish this? Like right away.
I don't know. I think it's because we first took like a month break from making videos, and then we decided to play Mario Odyssey, and then we found out that that was a lot of fun playing a non-Transformers game, and then we after Mario Odyssey we stopped for like another month, and then I took a month break from YouTube, and then Deltarune came out, and then we played Undertale, and now we're here.
Yeah. So anyway, I think what they should have done with Nemesis Prime in Prime is during the part where Optimus Prime's temporarily part of the Decepticons, when he loses memory because the Matrix of Leadership was gone, which I guess that correlated to his memories as a Prime. He thought of him, he only had the memories of when he was Orion Pax rather than Optimus Prime. So I think what they should have done is, instead of Megatron being dumb, because what he's able to do, he's able to use Dark Energon to control things to an extent, and he has good manipulation over Dark Energon. But instead of just being like Orion Pax, my dear friend, instead of being all like friendly with Optimus and like just convincing him to do all this stuff for him, I think what he should have done was use the Dark Energon on Optimus Prime and try to take control of him like that, because I think that way he'd have a better influence on Optimus Prime and would also just make Optimus Prime more powerful at the same time. But I think in the process, the Dark Energon would like corrupt him in a way. So he's very powerful, but he's also very corrupt and like very evil. And I think that should have been Nemesis Prime in Transformers Prime.
I think that the problem with that is that the Decepticons didn't have any Dark Energon on them.
They didn't?
No. The only shards of Dark Energon that they had at the time of beginning of Season 2 was the shard that was keeping Megatron alive and the shard that Starscream had. They didn't start getting Dark Energon until way later, when one of them, I think Starscream, brings the ship to life.
I think what happened there was like they ran out of actual Energon to fuel things, so then
they used Dark Energon.
They're like, oh, let's use Dark Energon. But like, where did they get all that Dark Energon then? Enough. There was enough to power the ship. Where did they get that?
Oh, it was after the Season 1 finale. No, wait.
Is the Season 1 finale when Optimus loses his memories?
No. Season 1 finale is Unicron.
Oh.
And then there's like a bunch of Dark Energon raining from a volcano because of Unicron.
Oh, I see.
But then, the Season 2 premiere is... The first 2 episodes of Season 2 is Orion Pax.
Alright.
So I guess they did have Dark Energy. Maybe they just didn't harvest it?
I don't know. They definitely could have at least changed that plot point, because I think not having Dark Energon at the time wasn't way too big of a plot point. I think they could have changed that so they could have a better Nemesis Prime arc rather than... I think that'd be worth making Nemesis, the whole Nemesis Prime thing, you know, better, instead of him being a big man-made rust bucket.
Yeah. But I feel like I think that the reason why they didn't have Megatron use Dark Energon on Optimus is because, like, how would they undo that? How would they fix Optimus after that? There's no, like, cure for that.
They could have probably just written in, like, oh, the Matrix of Leadership does it, and he, like, overpowers the Dark Energon. But, I think...
But he never... I guess.
But I think another cool thing would be that, what if it's kind of like Ratchet's, weird synthetic Energon kind of thing, where Optimus at times will lose control, and it's kind of like a thing that sticks around for a little more, and it doesn't end with him getting the Matrix of Leadership. Like, maybe long-term effects of the Dark Energon, like, affect him in a way.
Omega Supreme's head.
Oh my god.
I mean, it's just a statue, but it's an Easter egg of Omega Supreme.
Ah. What caused Optimus Prime to get all big and bulky? Again, I forgot what happened.
When he almost died in the end of season 2, and Smokescreen used the hammer, the Forge of Solus Primes, on Optimus, it like fixed him and made him stronger.
Alright, so what I think should happen is Nemesis Prime sticks around and it becomes like a problem with Optimus Prime and he starts losing control because of the Dark Energon. But after that, it like fixes him. I think it should have like kind of deleted that. Like it gets rid of his weird impurities.
That would have been interesting, but I think the writers just wanted to keep Optimus as this sort of like invincible, like wise leader that he is throughout the entire show. And like
Killer of hope in a way.
Yeah, and the end of season 2 was like the one moment where they got rid of that, and like he literally almost died. He died. He actually did die right before Smokescreen used the hammer. He died.
Yeah.
And we saw him like meeting his old mentor again, like as he was
Becoming one with the Allspark.
yeah.
Like those two.
And Optimus actually wanted Smokescreen to let him die, and he wanted Smokescreen to become the next Prime, which doesn't make any sense because he literally just joined the Autobots like not too long before that.
I honestly
If it would have been anyone, it would have been if it would have been any of them, it probably should have been like
Ratchet or RC, I'd say.
yeah, I mean, I guess because RC is probably
She's a very level-headed person.
I wouldn't say that because
Mostly.
she
Kinda. Oh wait, no, and there's the whole thing with
she has PTSD.
yeah, with Cliff Jumper.
She's very vengeful when it comes to Cliff Jumper.
Okay. Bumblebee seems somewhat childish at times.
Bulkhead is just dumb,
Bulkhead's dumb. Okay, I guess Ratchet would be a good choice.
but he's not a good fighter. He's not really the fighting type.
Just synthetic energon him up.
Yeah, but they never
Yeah.
completed. They never completed the formula for that because all the samples were destroyed.
But this guy like just joined the team and he
Oh,
also
wait,
seems
no.
pretty childish.
He was more childish than Bumblebee, way more.
I think Ratchet completed it kind of. Wait, no. Kind of, but
They never got the completed formula from Bulkhead because if they did, it would have completely erased his memories.
Yeah.
Swindle, sharp shot, move forward and take up firing.
And if they were to, and I guess it's like a weird steroid to him, it just increases his testosterone. He's like, oh, you want to fight? Or whatever the robot equivalent of testosterone is. I don't know. Methanol.
And then the time when that mech guy took control of Breakdown's body, that didn't go anywhere.
It just made
it was weirdly hyped up throughout like the entire show, and then when it happened, it only was like 2 episodes. Like it was him getting introduced. He tried joining the Decepticons. He failed, and then they started torturing him. And then the second time when he comes back, Starscream turns him into a zombie with Dark Energon, and then he just dies.
Doesn't Soundwave get like trapped with all the zombies at the end? Like he makes some weird because he's able to make portals. He was trapped in space, I think. Something happened.
That was Arachnid.
I know Arachnid was, but then what happened to Soundwave? I know they dealt with him somehow.
In the last episode of the show, he tried sending someone, I think it was Ultra Magnus and Bulkhead got sent to a prison area. And then Soundwave tried sending someone to the same alternate dimension, that the humans were sent to in an earlier episode, but then he got thrown in there instead.
Oh, so Soundwave's trapped in the alternate universe.
Yes.
That's so.
And then that was just the end of his arc in Transformers Prime.
He's not dead, but he's still like stuck there,
Yeah.
and he's not able to make a space bridge back or anything. Because I know,
No.
because I know that was a thing with Soundwave. Like
Yeah, he was able
make
to open Space Bridge himself, but I don't think he was able to get out on his own terms.
Yeah.
Spark at all costs. Seems awful quiet.
Doesn't he have the say? He almost never talks. He only talked once.
Yeah.
But doesn't he have the same voice as live action Soundwave? He's like
Yeah, he's even voiced by the same. He's voiced by the same guy, Frank Welker, the man who voiced him in G1 and Megatron.
And of course, it had to be his catchphrase. If he's gonna talk once, it had to be the catchphrase.
Yeah. It is interesting.
Autobots inferior, sound superior.
Maybe not in that order.
Yeah. He did. It's interesting in live action they had Frank Welker, the original voice of Soundwave, his like. But then they made him like do a completely different voice of his character. It's so strange that they didn't have him do like his classic voice. Cause he definitely could have. I mean, he's the man who did it.
And I guess the more menacing voice was fitting for the scenario.
Yeah.
Cause Soundwave was like, I'd rather die than give any information to you.
Cause I guess it does. That voice did fit his more grittier, like his more
Angrier side.
his design in that movie, rather than his cassette player in the original.
Yeah.
Cause it would have sounded weird if he had his original voice with that design, and it wouldn't have fit.
In animated, didn't he have the G1 voice? More or less the G1 voice?
Yes.
Alright.
But he was voiced by a different guy.
Yeah. It was like the same effects though.
Transformers Animated Soundwave has like one of the best designs for Soundwave and voices for Soundwave, but his character arc kind of stinks. He's literally made from trash.
He's made from trash, and also I guess controls his little Soundwave boss.
And he was originated from a little toy.
Yeah, he was a toy
And
at first.
he just merged with a bunch of garbage.
Then he turned a giant.
Which, first of all, doesn't make sense, and second of all, is dumb.
I probably would have looked forward to his arc more if he was if he was associated with the Decepticons more like it was planned to be.
Yeah, he was supposed to in the canceled season. He was supposed to have way more going on, which sucks. He had 2 episodes in the entire show, and they both. I mean, his last episode was really cool. The fact that he like sent the Autobots to another dimension in their minds, turned them into humans.
This is payback. This is payback for Prime, bitches. Let me to an alternate universe.
They are focusing their efforts elsewhere. Maybe the bugging out paid some dividends after all. Perhaps it's
I still found it funny how Starscream, Tom Kenny. So he's like SpongeBob,
Yeah, in Transformers Animated.
and then Bulkhead was pretty much just Patrick.
Yeah.
You could kind of tell it was the same voice actor, but like not too much. But then it's like when he raises his voice or something, or he's exaggerating something, that he actually just straight up sounds like Patrick.
And then Starscream sounded like...
He sounded like SpongeBob the entire time.
Yeah.
Tom Kenny voiced like half the characters there.
Yeah.
And then he also voiced like a good amount of the characters in the movies as well. I guess they just really like Tom Kenny.
I guess.
There's a little, yeah, there's that little weird RC car guy. Weirdo, little goblin dude. got its eye burned by the girl that I don't remember the name of because she showed up in a few movies and then left.
Wheelie.
Wheelie, yeah, that's his name.
Wheelie in G1 is completely different and is arguably actually more annoying.
He was in G1?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
In the G1 movie. And he was more annoying. Way more annoying.
Which guy, what does he look like? Is he also small? I'd imagine he's...
Yeah, he's a tiny orange Autobot that hung out with Grimlock. And he had a very
I know what
annoying,
you're
like,
Yeah,
that was his voice.
I know what you're talking about. He showed up randomly with Grimlock, and he's like, "Oh, you think you're talking to? I'm Grimlock." And he tried like attacking him, and then he's like, "No." Okay, yeah, I know who you're talking about. I only remember that one part where he's with Grimlock, and then nothing else. I didn't
That's
really care about.
basically all he's in.
He didn't show up in the show at all.
Nope. I mean, he maybe did, because there were actually more seasons of the G1 show after the movie came out.
Though I highly doubt he had a significant role. Highly.
Probably not.
He didn't. I'm just gonna go out and say he didn't.
There was an interesting episode in G1 after the movie came out where they brought Optimus back to life, but he, like, turned into a zombie, kinda. Because of the Quintessons. Like, they were the ones that rebuilt him, and they, like, rewired him, and it, like, made him different. And then he just ended up killing himself in the end of the episode. Like, he literally blew himself up with it in a ship.
I do not fight with this. Did Nemesis Prime show up at all in G1? I met because there's a G1 design of him.
I don't think so.
Yeah, they probably made it for the toy marketing, and I guess they never found a way to incorporate him into the story. Because a lot of the time they'll just try finding, they'll just take the same model but have different colors, like Cliffjumper and Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Or RC, and I believe there was two other ones. One was like blue and the other was purple when RC was pink. Yeah, I think that was a similar situation with Optimus Prime and Nemesis Prime. But it's just him, but like darker.
Nearly to the gates of Chaos now. Correct. Let us not waste any more time with these petty annoyances.
Sounds more like Sub-Zero when it's like this.
Yeah. And this game came out a year before Mortal Kombat X did.
As long as I could, Optimus, but I couldn't stop him.
You did well, Cliffjumper. Your efforts have bought us the time we need.
Mortal Kombat X or 9?
X.
Glad to hear it. I'm en route to your position.
X came out for PS4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I have it. You have it for Xbox.
Yeah, I have XL.
Yeah.
Which includes, like...
Yeah, I also have XL. And,
I have not played X time. Because, why play it after 11 came out?
so 11, I just kind of screwed both of us over. Because for some reason, for some reason I can't get Shao Kahn. Like, there's no reason why I shouldn't have Shao Kahn.
That is weird.
When we both pre-ordered it.
Exactly. And he was specifically a pre-order bonus.
It's like the main bonus. That's the main reason I wanted it, because I was like, oh, Shao Kahn, he hasn't shown up since MK9.
Yeah.
And then I didn't have him. And I guess I was just screwed over, because all the potential content I could have gotten if I just waited, all to waste.
Yeah.
If we look it up later and find out that Shao Kahn could have just been bought anyway, I'd be angry.
Did you know that there's a version of Mortal Kombat 11 called Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate? It's literally cheaper than the base game, but it includes all of the DLC. And the base game for Mortal Kombat 11 nowadays actually goes for only like $20.
Oh my lord.
And I think the Ultimate is only like $40. for every single DLC.
Doesn't it also have...
And Aftermath.
Yeah, Aftermath. Well,
And we paid $100 for Combat Pack 1. Or I did. And a metal case. And Shao Kahn.
I didn't pay for the middle case. I just pre-ordered it so I could get Shao Kahn. That was
Yeah.
it.
But then you didn't.
Then I just didn't get Shao Kahn. I got screwed over. I'm still angry about that.
Yeah.
I don't even care about Noob Saibot being in there because he's my main, but like it's not the same without Shao Kahn.
He's not even as cool as he was in 9.
I'd scream and swear at Shao Kahn when I couldn't beat him in Mortal Kombat 9 when I still sucked and only did 2 combo attacks that weren't even combos. It's just not the same without Shao Kahn.
Yeah.
And he looks so cool in MK11 too.
He's kind of...
Ugly and scary, but like in a cool way, if that makes sense.
No, I mean, he's also just kind of... He, like, loses very easy in the story mode.
Yeah. I guess he isn't the main focus though, because Chronica had to be there and everything.
Yeah, that seems like a common theme in, like, stories, is that any villain that's not the main villain is instantly nerfed.
One more to go.
Like Megatron in the live-action movies. In the first movie, he is a force to be reckoned with. He kills Jazz, he beats the crap out of Optimus Prime, and it takes every single Autobot to beat him.
Yeah, he just effortlessly tears Jazz in two. Two of them.
And he's just like a monster in that movie. That like the first movie is like when Megatron is at his best. He's awesome. And he's so menacing, the way he talks and how he's just like, it's like a game to him. But then in every movie after that, he just gets thrown around like a rag doll.
And starts feeding little monsters in barrels, being like, "Oh, don't be greedy, my fragile ones."
He like turns into a grandpa.
Old Grandpa Megatron. I remember from one of our old like I forgot which one it was. One where I made the weird auto dead joke.
Which game?
Yeah,
Dark of the Moon.
yeah, it was in Dark of the Moon. I was like making a joke about a Grandpa Megatron or something like that, and I said, "My grandpa's my grandpa's like 1,000,000 years old." And then I just go in like with the Megatron voice and go, "2
My boy.
my boy." Wonder what is for dinner.
Oh, by the way, the PlayStation just froze.
Nice.
I think it just saved though, so
I thought it was like loading. I thought it was like saving and.
yeah, I thought so too, but nope, it's just dead.
When is technology going to, behave tonight?
It's fine, it just...
Oh boy, I forgot the name of the guy, but Leon Lush did a video on him with some other YouTuber, and all of his TikToks were sponsored by Bang. And in between every shot, he'd just like show a few seconds of him holding a Bang energy with incomplete silence,
or just like
towards the camera,
having literally just a Bang sitting on the table and the camera pointing straight at it for like 5 seconds.
It used to
not even a little bit subtle about it.
Yeah, and when they were looking at they were doing it right before, because when they were looking at older TikToks, it was like it wasn't. It was like on the table next to him when he was talking, and he was the main focus. The Bang was just kind of next to him as he was talking to the other guy, and that was doing it right, kind of. Like in shows like what's it called? And what's it called? X Factor. Yeah. They're a lot of the time they're sponsored by a lot of companies, like drink companies, and the cups that they have of water next to them. It'll have like the logo and everything on it, and they're not like, okay, this show is sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts or something like that. They're just kind of talking and it's there. That's pretty much what he's doing before, but then it's like, sponsored by Bang. And I don't know what could have caused that.
I don't know. Like maybe Bang forced them to put it like more, like put more attention towards it.
Maybe.
Like maybe it was too subtle before and people didn't even notice it, and they were like, no. I'm like, oh, okay. Really? Do we have to? Yes.
Bang's a little more desperate with their sponsoring and advertising when it comes compared to a lot of energy drinks. Because a lot of energy drinks at the store I see are better than Bang, but
Yes.
I've never seen any advertising for it whatsoever. Like Venom.
Which is weird.
Venom's like $1 everywhere you get it, and I think it's so much better than Bang. Or, like, a lot of them in general. The Mango Venom is one of my favorite energy drinks in general.
Mango Monster, though.
Mango, the
Fiesta.
Ultra Fiesta, yeah.
I hate it. It's like, it actually tastes like vomit to me. And I don't know why, because I like mango things.
Yeah, but
The smell
you
makes
just
me
had a
want...
nos, which I think is like a citrus and mango thing.
And I really like nos, but for some reason the Monster one, the smell of it makes me want to throw up, and the taste of it reminds me of throw up. I don't know why.
You think it has something to do with that, with it being sugar-free? Because Mango Venom has sugar. Nos very obviously has sugar. I mean, 51 grams.
Damn it! Not only did I just die, but I've been on easy mode the whole time.
I did not excuse you, like, never swear. You're just like,
Cause I blew myself. That was like a Game Grumps rate Aaron moment. Just blew myself up.
it's like 1 second, and he's like, yeah, and then he's like, whoa, Aaron.
And I'm on easy mode. Suck my toes. I'm staying in easy mode. I don't care enough about this game to play hard mode. I'm gonna drink this.
We're transforming the Game Grumps ever so slightly. You're turning into Aaron. I'll turn into Danny. Let's make sure people call me by Michael instead of my first name.
You are the tall one with the long hair.
Yeah. And your hair was dyed blonde at one point.
Yeah. And I'm the fatter, funny one.
I'm the fatter funny one.
I am Aaron.
I am Aaron Game Grump.
I am Chris Hansen.
Dateline NBC.
Aaron's last name is Hansen.
Oh my god.
I'm Aaron Hansen from Dateline NBC.
Mark Zuckerberg.
God, now I have to do this section for the 3rd time. Because first off, the PlayStation just decided to crash for no reason. And the second time, I was a retard.
You know, we didn't have really many jokes in this one, but I'm still having a lot of fun.
Yeah. Go away! I'm busy talking to this guy. Go away! Dude, please, just suck my toes until they bleed. Yeah, I told you that Nos was gonna bring the crazy side out of him.
The crazy side that starts talking to himself when they fail at Five Nights at Freddy's 4.
Yeah, just like the good old.
The good old days.
And I think this Bang is also giving me a caffeine buzz.
Plus, you just downed a Mio energy I gave you.
That's right.
We're generally just like caffeine addicts.
Hell yeah!
Oh yeah.
Autobots are closing in on my position.
Why is there a beacon there?
Bacon?
Maybe we should rewatch the first episode of this after we are done,
Yeah.
because there's maybe there are good jokes in that we don't remember because the video has technically not existed,
Not yet on YouTube.
not public.
Yes.
And we've never looked back on it.
7 months. Has it really been 7 months, Chief?
Yes, almost 7.5.
You've been saying 7 months, and I'm like, oh yeah, it has been that long, because I just take your word for it, and I haven't really thought of it. But then I'm like, wait, has it been that long?
Yes.
7 months is a long time.
Yeah. And it's been like 8.5 months since we played Dark of the Moon. Jesus Christ. It's Jason Bourne.
Jesus Christ. It's Jason Bourne.
Get out of my way, bootleg Ironhide.
There he goes.
Move to Shockwave's location. I don't really have to.
Who's that guy? Is he big purple man? I am the purple guy.
Where are they coming from? I was just over there, and I killed them all. Why does my breath taste like beefaroni? Or no, ravioli, because I didn't have beefaroni.
You had you had meatloaf.
Oh yeah, that might be what it is.
I'm the one who downed 2 cans of beefaroni in 5 minutes.
I had ravioli like yesterday.
God, I want Chef Boyardee. Damn it.
Yeah, I have to go to the bathroom.
I do too.
Oh wait, it's been exactly an hour. We can end the episode.
Epic. Yeah, it's just past like 5 seconds ago.
The long-awaited return to Transformers: Rise of the Dank Spank.
Even though you've waited a day.
Yeah, it's been a day for you. It's been almost a year for us.
For you 20 people that are going to see this.
Yeah.
Even though this is the content that we like to make.
Yeah.
Which sucks. Yeah, when are you gonna get back? When you get back to your Ultra Customized? Shut the fuck up!
Project Polaro.
Go Charmander.
Well, the Transformers Dark of the Moon series actually did really well.
Yeah.
So did the War for Cybertron series. It actually did better just because there were more episodes of it.
How many views did they get usually?
Like 30 to 40, but then there was that random episode, like the one right before the last one, that got like 200 because YouTube recommendations are broken.
Yeah.
And then Transformers Fall of Cybertron did pretty well. It was like 20 to 30 episodes each views. And then I think Mario Odyssey is when the views started to go down, but it still didn't do terrible.
YouTube's generally just kind of deteriorating at this point because the suggestions, the recommendations, like you said, are broken because instead of having like big like hour-long videos like this, like this is stuff that we love to do. You'd think there'd be a good amount of people that like to see 2 idiots joking around. I mean, look at Game Grumps. It's Game Grumps. It's
But just because the YouTube recommendations refuse, like, now, like, nobody gets to see this stuff.
Now people just get people use, like, recommendations is usually just people uploading clips of shows that have existed for decades and decades. And, like, they pretty much get an audience for doing next to nothing. And
I think that's the thing that upsets me the most about making YouTube videos. Because, obviously, I love doing this. I've been doing it for almost 5 years on this channel. And
I haven't done it in a year on my channel.
Yeah.
Over a year.
And
probably almost 2.
Like, if I wasn't enjoying it anymore, I probably would have stopped because let's be honest, the views are inconsistent as hell.
Yeah.
Like, my last 2 videos have gotten like 10, 12 views, but a video I made last week got 500. I'm like, what?
YouTube is a game of numbers, though. Like,
it's a game of luck, really.
It's all numbers.
It's like a slot machine every time you make a video.
Because that's what the algorithm is.
Like,
it's a slot machine.
You could make a video that gets 10 views, and then your next video could get 1 million, just because the YouTube algorithm wanted to recommend it.
Yeah, like
like, my most viewed video has 55,000 views. I've not made a single video since then that's gone even close to that. My second most popular video doesn't even have 10,000 views.
Yeah. Well, at the very least, like...
And all of my most popular videos are videos that I, like, especially my Project Polar videos, I'll be honest, a lot of those I would fart out in like 20 minutes. Because I knew they would do well.
Yeah, at the very least, like, at least we enjoy doing this stuff. Because
I think that's what's most important.
That's what's most, because obviously that's what's most important, because if you were to just keep doing Ultra Custom Night and Project Polaro videos, you could probably just get an audience like that.
I would have like 10,000 subscribers by now.
Yeah, but like, that's not...
Because it's been barely a year since Ultra Custom Night. I had 140 subscribers at the beginning of Ultra Custom Night. I literally have like 1,000% more than that.
I have a feeling it was like the start of some weird Wings of Redemption. Like we're gonna be really popular, and then we're gonna get known for the content, and then it's just gonna degrade as we get more popular. And it's gonna be trolls in our Twitter. Telling, that's just okay. Just the whole thing with Wings of Redemption, like it's kind of funny how it started because like Call of Duty player, and now he's a streamer. Like he's told a weird story about like how he had a problem in the bathroom that ended up having to have his grandma like have love and like anyway, and then people on the Twitter chat is like, hey, I'm starting to have problems could I get your grandma could you get your grandma over? I need help. Anyway, but yeah, that's YouTube for you.
I will say that partly, like, one of the reasons why I decided to, because we used to do 30-minute episodes.
Yeah.
Before Dark of the Moon, like when we tried playing that Lego Star Wars game.
Yeah.
I think we would record 1 hour at a time, but I would cut it into 2 parts, 30 minutes.
Yeah. Didn't you?
And partly one of the reasons why is I'm just doing 1 hour episodes now is one, because we're able to, you know, put like there's more content. And second of all, it's because that means that there'll be half the amount of episodes. And I know that like the more episodes there are, the lower the views will be. That's usually just how it works. Like the first episode, for the most part, is usually like the one that'll get the most attention, kind of. I think that Dark of the Moon was an exception because literally every single episode got over 50 views. Yeah. The episodes on that series, the views on that one were very consistent.
I'm still kind of surprised that your videos, I mean, a good amount of them got like thousands of views. I'm still surprised that at this point, some of them, like your channel hasn't gotten way too much really big attention. I mean, you're at 1,000 subs, but you get like double-digit views on average. But it's just so weird because you said 5 years you've been doing this.
One thing that made me really sad was that when I tried playing the full game of Subnautica Below Zero, like a month ago, because I made like 4 episodes, and like I think the highest views on that entire thing was like 14.
God.
Literally the last episode I made had 9.
It's like your favorite
single digit number.
It's your favorite game too.
Yeah.
And then people would rather you just spit out content, like be a content factory for 5 Nights at Freddy's and Roblox Pokemon games. Because that's just kind of what YouTube is. A bunch of kids that'd rather watch
and
Roblox.
Like, Subnautica Below Zero, when I played that for the 4 episodes, like, that was like the most fun I had playing like a single commentary video in a while. I stopped playing it because our subscription on the Xbox ended, and then I've just not really gotten back to it yet, but I probably will, even if it gets single digit number views. Even with my literally quarter of the way to 2,000 subscribers, single digit number views. YouTube, stop trying to kill me.
Yep, then instead of doing stuff with the algorithm, they delete dislikes.
Yeah.
Very useful. Thank you very, very much. That helped everyone. Everyone's ego.
Yeah. You want to know a really strange thing? The video last week that I made that got 500 views was a Friday Night Funkin' video. It was the one with that boss rush mod where you fight Majin Sonic, Edoled, and Dusttail Sans. Um, it did way better than my Sonic.exe 2.0 video, but that mod is way more popular. It got like 50, 70 views, which is still good. But the boss rush video randomly did way better. Even the developer of the boss rush mod actually commented on my video.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
And that made me happy.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see that.
And then my newest video, which is like, it's been like a week since I've uploaded already. I'm trying to get videos, but I've been running out of ideas.
I feel that instead of doing the whole YouTube grind, because I think the editing process is a bit tedious, mostly because I just generally don't really know how to edit, and I don't think I have the correct tools to do really big edits. So I think Twitch would be a good route for me if I just start doing content creation. So if I crush a cockroach on camera, I'll get banned because I'm male.
But the problem with Twitch is that you kind of have to be consistent in order to actually get any sort of attention from the algorithm on that. Consistency is way more important on Twitch than YouTube, I would say.
Yeah, you need to be more consistent, but I think...
Even though consistency on YouTube is actually also very important, it's actually proven that if you upload videos more often, the algorithm pushes your videos more. And I do notice that myself. Like, recently, I've not been uploading as much because I've been like running out of ideas for videos. But every time I go back to making videos like every day, which is usually only like for a few weeks at a time before I start getting slightly burnt out, then my videos, they do get slightly more views. They'll like be in the 30s to 40s instead.
Once I get my headset, I'll just do VR RL Craft and start streaming that, because you know I'm gonna spend hours on that because I'm gonna die constantly.
Yeah, I would love to. I'm just gonna start making a bunch of VR videos because
watching somebody be tortured like that in RL Craft generally is just, you know, that it's gold.
I'm honestly so excited that I'm gonna be able to finally have VR of my own.
For me, it's not guaranteed.
The few times that I've played VR have been amazing experiences, like the Batman Arkham VR, that VR that we played at Action Territory. I also played this one VR game. I don't remember what it was called, but it was like a shooter where you're playing as a noir detective or something like that, and it was also really cool. It was fun. And then I also played this one where you're like in the bottom of the ocean and there's like a shark coming after you. You're like in this cage and you're like watching as a shark is like circling you, and it's pretty scary.
Now imagine Subnautica. If a normal shark that we're already used to existing is there, then imagine how it'd be if you're like a little ghost leviathan.
Oh my god.
We've been talking for 11 minutes.
Yeah.
Almost 12 now.
Yeah. And then I can't remember. I've definitely played more VR, and I loved all of it. Like, I'm still very impressed by VR, and I'm still like, I just like, when it comes to when I play VR, I just love, I'm still very new to it. I've not played a lot of VR at all, so like, I'm like still at that point where whenever I see anything VR, I'm just like, whoa, so many things to look at. It's like magic.
We could very easily make a podcast.
Yeah.
Because it's like 12 and a half minutes just now. Like, it just passed like 11 minutes and now we're already here. Like, it went by a few seconds.
And this entire, I don't think we've talked about the game a single time.
During the whole rant, yeah.
Except for like the first 20 minutes we were talking about the game, and then for the last like 40, 50 minutes we've been talking just about stuff.
I've had to take a piss for half an hour.
So have I. So yeah, I think we're gonna end this episode. Next time will be very soon, because we're probably gonna finish. Right?
It's like 5 seconds later, like the other series, like, welcome back to Transformers.
It does sadden me that Fall of Cybertron didn't do as well as the others, because Fall of Cybertron, first of all, is my favorite Transformers game out of all of them, and also there were a lot of good moments in that series.
I think Jobby and Game Grumps fans would appreciate our work.
Yeah. We do reference him quite often, and also like the most iconic moment from any series was literally a reference to him.
Yeah.
Put it in my. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Next time I get.
Subscribe if you've gotten to this point, which I don't think anyone will. To
Thank you for you 20 people who have.
bye bye.
Bye bye.